Welcome to Retro Restos. So today we're going to replace the badges, the boot badges on the Lancia Delta. You can see that these are the original ones and looking pretty grim there. And I'll just move along. They're okay, but just really faded and weather worn, rather pink and white and faded. So I've actually managed now to get hold of some replacements. So you can see if I just hold one above the other, you can probably see the difference in the colour. Not quite so clear on this camera phone, I must admit, but suffice to say, much brighter, much newer looking, and generally just a lot more attractive. Now that's fine, apart from this one that I've bought. I mean, not cheap, nearly £30, probably $40 odd worth, from a reputable supplier, but they really are quite nasty, to be honest. The original ones have got like a nice, really good quality chrome plates around there. The modern ones are just painted plastic. It just looks rubbish. The silver's already starting to come off, and to be quite frank, they're so flimsy. I mean, they're taped all the way around, ironically, but they're so wonky on the back that the tape wouldn't fit all the way around anyway. So I'm not at all impressed. Plus they're slightly, and there's a bit of a gap all the way around. I don't know if you can see all that there. It just looks a bit naff, to be honest. However, the insert is absolutely beautiful. It's spot on. So my plan is just to remove the insert and leave the original better quality backing plates on, and that'll be fine. So we'll do that one, and then for the other side I think we'll do the same again. This one is actually a better quality, to be honest, but whether it will last the distance I don't know. So we'll see how this first one comes off. If we can get them off okay, I think I'll just substitute this entire one, but what I would really like to do is leave the backing plate for the Lancia one on and just substitute the insert. So we'll see how we get on. Now I'm rather hoping that I should just be able to heat these up, but so far nothing really has moved on there. So what I'm just going to do is just check before I force anything. So we'll open the boot, and I'll just unscrew the parcel shelf clips. There's one on each side, and then I should just be able to pop this boot section out, this little protective cover, and that way we'll be able to see what the connections are from the back of the badges. So to remove the backing plate on the boot liner, you unscrew the two parcel shelf fixings that are at the top there. We then, if we just imagine this is towards the top of the car now, there are some little plastic tabs. So there's 3 plastic tabs along the front. You just pop those out from inside the seal, and then the fun part is, if I look at the bottom part of the shelf, as it were, you'll see these from the front. Essentially they're riveted steel clips, so you can see them from the back. There's 4 of those, 2 on each side. So if you just gently lever the center part around from the lock, you'll see, if I show you from the side, those are the fairly stout steel fixings that basically slide. So all you do is you pop them out from the top side of the screen, and then literally just gently push it forward and release those steel springs that are gripping the boot. Once you've done that, that will then expose the inside of the boot and the wiring, and also then of course the access inside to the back of the boot badges. So now we've got that, we can take a closer look and see how to remove them. Now that was very fortuitous, because as I was compressing the clips at the back with the pliers to free them off, I've actually managed to, sorry, excuse the camera bouncing around, to work this loose, and now this one's come away. So actually I'll just close the boot a sec. And so I couldn't get this out earlier. I did try warming it up first and just gently prising it with a little puller, and I couldn't get it to move. But of course it's been sat there for so many years, baked on in hot weather, and then got rained on and all the rest of it. As soon as I started popping the clips to remove the actual lining, this started coming loose anyway. So I think what I'm going to do is leave the original liner in, because it's absolutely fine and it is original to the car. We're trying to keep as much originality as possible. I'll even keep this, and we've been able to get this out without damaging it. So I'll give this a good scrub and dry it off, and then we'll be able to put the new insert straight in. You can see in this light now the difference. Two things to say really. One is that this car is now 32 years old, so the badges have fared fairly well, but obviously they're due for a replacement. But suffice to say, the replacements are actually very nice. As I say, I've got my concerns regarding the actual surrounds and things on some of these things, but yeah, we'll get the centre parts out just the same, and effectively do the reverse of that. So we'll be dropping the new one into the old housing. So let's get the old housings cleaned up, because you can see we're just getting all the old goo, give them a bit of a clean. Obviously we've got to make sure they're really dry and degreased and cleaned out properly, and then we can get some high bond tape and put them back in. There we go, so they're both bonded back in now, and look much nicer, much brighter. And we've managed to retain the original chrome surrounds, so that just looks a little bit better and is of course more original to the car. We've still kept the old inserts just for posterity, but there you go, another small job done at Retro Restos.